149 episodes ago, we took our little no-experience manager, Nick Bottom, and we got him a job with Young Reds, the under-23 side for Royal Antwerp. Well, he took that team from the 3rd division in Belgium up to the 2nd before departing after his 2nd season for a job with a little bit more responsibility. We landed in Turkey at a small club named Kasım Pasha in the Spor Toto Super League, but had never been better than a mid-table side in their entire lives. Well, we took them to new heights with back-to-back second-place finishes and their first appearance in European competition ever before the big boys started to come calling. We made it to the Premier League with Fulham, but our stay there was very short because Fulham was destined for relegation that season. However, we rallied the troops, we set up the team, and we won the championship to get them re-promoted at the first time of asking. From there, we turned Fulham into a European competitor each and every year, including winning our very first FA Cup. We tried to parlay that into a new gig over at Arsenal. Didn't really work out all that well. We took home the Carabao Cup, but didn't make it through our first season, but found a nice landing spot at FC Porto, where we were seeing a tremendous amount of success until Paris Saint-Germain came a-calling. The biggest job we had ever been offered, the biggest opportunity we ever had. Now, Rennes being almost perfect last year with 30 wins, 4 draws, and no losses kept us from winning the Ligue 1 title last year. This year is a different story. We stand on the precipice of making our first Champions League final. We stand on the precipice of repeating as Coupe de France champions, and we stand on the precipice of winning Ligue 1. You know, I almost forgot to mention that we got Nick Bottom inducted into the Greek Football Hall of Fame. How are you doing? I'm Mr. Cellophane. This is episode number 150 of Bottom to the Top. And as you see, we're sitting on top of the table. PSG on 80 points with a plus 75 goal difference. Only 3 matches remaining. Rennes is 6 points behind. Now, we play this week ahead of them. So I don't know, with a win today will definitely clinch us the title. Although with a plus 35 difference in our goal difference, you would think so. Since we last saw each other after we beat Chelsea 2-1, we actually dropped our first league game of the season, a 2-1 decision on the road at Lorient. We bounced back with a 2-1 win of our own at Toulouse and a 2-1 victory at home against Nice. We've already played the first leg of our Champions League semifinal against Lazio and managed a 0-0 draw, even though we did fire a ton of balls at the Lazio goalkeeper. But a 0-0 draw in the away leg. So today, we take on Lyon on the road. A win could clinch us the Ligue 1 title. Then we host Lazio. A win will clinch us a spot in the Champions League final against either Napoli or Bayern Munich. If we do not clinch the title against Lyon, well, we should be able to do so against Auxerre a week later. Enough prelude, though. Let's get into the football action. We are at Olympique Lyonnais. It's going to be Kim Seon-il in goal. We have had to rotate the squad because we are playing a ton of matches in these next couple of weeks. Aimore, Osario, Anderson, and Shusho are going to be our back four. It's going to be Vermeeren and Gershkins in the midfield with a front line of Christensen, Iñaki, LeBlanc, and Danny Miller. You know, I just had the thought because I don't think Dmitro Tarasenko is on the bench for this match. He is our club captain. What will happen if we do hoist the trophy today? Will it be him or the man wearing the armband for this game, Kim Seon-il? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to find out. Aimore looking to push it back in as we recycle off of the corner kick. Vermeeren in control, back for Osario. Vermeeren, I believe this is his first maybe second start of the year. Tries to feed it through. He cannot pick out Glenn Christensen. Anderson picking that one off, though, and Miller hoping to get things started the other way, but it looks like we are going to take our time. Anderson plays it back for Shusha, who will once again get it from Stain Gershkins. Shusha over for Anderson. We're controlling the ball in the midfield. Now, we've been doing this quite a lot lately. We haven't seen the goal-scoring numbers that we had seen in the games past, but we also, because we are playing so many matches in so many different places, we have had to rely on so many different players that we've been rotating guys in or out. So staying in that rhythm has been a bit difficult, but it also gives guys who have not had as much opportunity, such as Glenn Olvin Christensen and LeBlanc, whose first name I want to say Larry LeBlanc, but anyway, Il LeBlanc, thank you very much for the list in front of me on the screen. They get to hook up. In fact, it had been a while since Il LeBlanc scored, so that's positives all around. This puts us 9 points clear. We will have 2 matches left. Rennes still has 3, but I think, because there was a little note in the, the opposition, right before, like that team meeting that you have before a match starts, where it said a win today, due to our superior goal difference, will clinch us the title. I honestly, sincerely hope that is the case. I don't want to have to play 4 matches on camera today just to get to the good stuff. LeBlanc's goal in the 3rd minute is the only tally of this first half, which has expired. 6-6 your shots on goal. Lyon has not been able to hit the target as of yet. Let's hope that their run of luck continues, even though Kim Seon-il has been absolutely fantastic as our goalkeeper so far this season. 10 minutes have gone in this second half before we hit the first highlight. Started up by the Lyon keeper. Berger in control, moving it through the middle third. He'll carry it wide. We're just kind of content to let him do his thing and see where he goes. He plays it in for Caragol into the middle, and Saidi's shot is blocked by Anderson. It will go out behind for a Lyon corner, but great defensive play from the young 19-year-old who did just sign a brand new 5-year contract, but unfortunately he was not able to help us out there on the corner as Puch is able to nod it into the ground past Kim Seon-il to equalize this game at 1. And the rain is coming down again. So much rain in Paris. It's like London all over again. I think it rained like 90% of our matches at Fulham and Arsenal. I mean, these guys are absolutely exhausted. I'm talking about the Lyon team. So hopefully we can get things going. Stain Gershkins is feeling a little tired. Javi Simmons is going to take his place, and that is going to be the lone change who makes up. Jack Anderson's a little nervous. Let's get Tarasenko in there. We wanted to give him the day off, but again, he is the captain. He's the big man. Miller, Osario, a little too strong on the header off of that corner. Was a nice near post delivery, maybe a little bit looping, maybe a little too much height on it, but it doesn't matter. Miller again off of the throw and into the middle, looking for LeBlanc, and Bish Asari is able to grab that one out of the air. There is just over 15 minutes remaining in this match, still tied at 1. Javi heading it away. Sar will knot it down for Saidi, playing it to the near side. Goes to Khan Caragol. Dropping it back for Sar. Saidi, Caragol, in, shoots, and what a kick save by Kim Seon-il will lead to another Lyon corner, which unfortunately, I'm glad he made the save, but Lyon has been fairly deadly on these, and yeah, there's not much we could do about that. Luckily, we had Javi Simons going all kamikaze on him, getting his body in front of that, which is leading to another corner, which Cherky takes. Again, playing it low, blocked, deflected, cleared by Iñaki. Headed away by Vermeeren as Lebail is going to track that one down. 81 points for PSG. Rennes on 74. Miller with the corner. Osario can't get his head on it. Vermeeren can't get there as Kosei steps in front of him. Christensen back to retrieve it, keeping it in the Lyon end. Across for Amore, playing it for Vermeeren. in a bit of traffic, so he'll just lay it off to Aymore, who will carry it up that left wing side. Aymore into the middle, looking for LeBlanc. His header is going to go wide. Christensen will settle it down, turning it back the other way. LeBlanc with the sitter, and that's deflected, and Berger will control and look to take Lyon forward. We are going to encourage our team to do a little bit better. They are playing as well as I guess they could be expected under these circumstances. The days of 5 goals a match seem to be over. 1-1 is your score. We do pick up a point, but we leave the door open for Rennes to potentially run the table. And, well, we'd have to lose everything else, but Rennes still with a chance to be crowned champions, so it's not going to happen for PSG tonight. Well, it actually happened the next night. Monaco knocked off Rennes 1-0 to ensure that our 7-point lead would be enough to win Ligue 1. We hoist the trophy without actually getting to hoist the trophy. And as the cream on top of the sundae, Nick Bottom is the cream of the Greek managers. PSG's successes on the football field, most recently in Ligue 1, have underpin the claims of Nick Bottom's legion of supporters that their manager is the greatest Greek manager of all time. Bottom's fans point simply to the number of trophies and titles won in a glittering career that have confirmed him as the best manager Greece has ever produced. All right, so winning the title may have been a little anticlimactic, but we still have business to take care of in this episode, namely making the final of the Champions League. All we have to do is beat Lazio at home. This is feeling very similar to the situation we were in the quarterfinal round. Now, Napoli secured a 3-0 victory at home against Bayern Munich to take a 3-1 aggregate victory. So it will be Napoli that we take on in the final should we get past Lazio. The last thing we want is an all-Italian Champions League final, don't we? Kim Seon-il is going to be our goalkeeper. It's going to be a back four: Brunelli, White, Tarasenko, and Alexandru Shusha, with Ventura and Gershkins in the midfield. Christensen getting the start again at left wing in place of the injured, although available, Pietro Baldassare. Iñaki and Akar will be our strikers, and Lahurai Laribi will be on the right wing tonight. I'm not nervous. You're nervous. What's expected to be a full house at the Parc des Princes between PSG and Lazio. Coming into the second leg on aggregate 0-0. Oh, God, we should beat them just because they look like Man City from afar. Napoli in the sky blue. We are in the dark blue. And controlling off of the opening kickoff, it's Silva playing it ahead for Ire, being chased after by Laribi. Silva will play it across to Cross, up for Garcia, who had to come back for that one. Cross once again in possession. Not much happening in the first 25 seconds of this match, but yeah, we've got a highlight. Amos playing it up the left wing. Bertner looking for Ire, but Tarasenko steps in front of that one, heads it down. Laribi will just play it back for Kim Seon-il. He's got White as PSG looks to start the other way. Christensen quickly to Iñaki, knocked off the ball by Cross. Severi up for Ire, looking for a man in front. Instead, he's going to play it wide to Garcia. Garcia up the sideline, into the middle, skirts all the way through. Bentner is in, and he scores. Jan Bentner, just over 1 minute into this match, puts Lazio up 1-0, as that was a seeing eye pass that made it through a ton of bodies. Got past both of the center backs. Obviously, Shusha should have made a little bit of a better play on that one, if you ask me, but nobody's asking me. I'm not an official. I'm just the schmuck who puts the players in the position and tells them what to do. 8 minutes later, Silva in control across from Moretto, giving it back to Silva. And Lazio smelling blood in the water, looking for a second. All the way back for Uman. Is it Grant Uman or Brant Uman or something like that? We looked at him at some point for one of our clubs in this save. Severi playing it for Merrill. Back for Garcia. Still able to maintain control, cutting it wide. Coming back is Christensen and look to cut him off. Brunelli is going to intercept that pass. Stain Gershkins moving it up the other way. It's got Akar looking for Iñaki, but he doesn't get him. Moretti up for Severi. We're trying passes that we don't normally try. Severi shoots and scores. Kim Seon-il all of a sudden looking remarkably pedestrian in this match. It's PSG 0, Lazio 2. Still plenty of time remaining in this match, but we're creating a hill for ourselves to climb. Again, not great defense. Positioning wasn't fantastic, but Kim Seon-il, well, he alligator armed that one, didn't he? Absolutely alligator arm that one. Let's demand more from our team before we start berating them. Cross off the set piece. Moretto. Oh, he had to be offside. Yeah, Murley was offside. Not his 23rd goal of the year. The assistant referee had the flag up. This could be what we need. A disallowed goal for Lazio, which will just invigorate this PSG side. He was well offsides. You know they were going to show the tight offside. It wasn't a tight offside. He was well offsides. Gershke Akar sending it forward, trying to pick out Laribi. It's headed away by Amos, but a penalty has been called. The whistle has been blown. Now here's the question. While we await the call, Stain Gershkins is our normal penalty taker. He has missed quite a few. So we are actually going to give the honor to Cesar Ventura. Theoretically not as good as Stain Gershkins, but having missed not once, not twice, but 3 times already this season, including a pivotal match that could have made it much easier in the last round of the Champions League for us to move on. Let's see what the young Peruvian can do. Ventura steps up and scores, cutting the Lazio lead in half. His second goal of the season. It's PSG 1, Lazio 2, still with 60 minutes remaining to play in this match. All we needed was that one lucky break, and then Murley with a corner kick. How that hit the top of the net? How is that still in play? That should not be a corner kick. That should have been a goal kick. Hopefully Bentner can't make us pay here. Severi settles it down. Murley shoots deflected wide by Devin White. The 20-year-old getting his body in front of that, but a third consecutive corner for Lazio. They are just hell-bent and determined to keep going at us here, but Moretto a little too strong with the header. We'll put that over the goal. Still just a one shot. Gershkin's looking to send it forward off of the free kick. Laribi can't get his head on it. Ire will track it down and push it up the near side. Laribi will overtake him. God, he's got such great speed. Stain Gershkins working his way out of a sea of humanity. And Yaki, his pass for Christensen intercepted by Garcia, and the counterattack is on for Lazio. Dropped for Severi. Now a couple of players out of position. Severi in the box. Kim Seon-il making the save emphatically. Gershkins with another free kick. Laribi back for Gershkins, spinning it around. He's got Shusha deep. Shusha running out of real estate. Laribi into the middle, and Yaki rockets it home for his 26th goal of the year. And don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years. It's now PSG 2, Lazio 2. Tie ball game in the 40th minute. Shusha over to Laribi, sending it across, and Yaki taking a step back to separate himself from the defenders, and he blasts a shot past Uman to give PSG their second goal of the match. Uman sending it long just a couple of minutes later, and Yaki dropping it for Akar. Will play it back for Shusha, giving themselves a little bit of space here. Shusha getting it back from Tarasenko. Dribbling it forward before giving it back. Tarasenko up for Ventura. He's got Gershkins. Gershkins through ball to Akar. Akar in. He shoots and scores, tucking it inside that far post. And just like that, after being down 2-0 after 8-9 minutes, we have taken the 3-2 lead. This time, Gershke Akar, his 29th goal of the season. Perfectly timed run. Beautiful pass through. PSG 3, Lazio 2, and that is where we are going to enter the locker room. We've only taken 3 shots on goal. We've made each and every one count, but enjoying 65% of the possession as well. We just need to keep this pressure on the Serie A side. 45 minutes is all we need. A razor-thin 1-goal margin to ensure us a date with Napoli in the Champions League final. 30 minutes remaining in the match. White picking up a yellow card. We've got to keep our eye on him and his discipline. But a very good match being had by all. And I really don't want to make any changes. I mean, we are rather fresh as Gershkins has it, dropping it back for Cesar Ventura, playing that deeper of the 2 midfield positions. Shusha, Ventura, his pass is blocked by Gauthier, but they'll get it back. Shusha, Laribi, back for Ventura, feeding it through. He's got Akar deep. Akar, it hits one post, hits the other post, and somehow stays out and gets cleared. Goal line technology is going to look at it, but I've never seen goal line technology actually call a goal. So we continue. In the 71st minute, Shusha playing it up for Laribi. He's got Gershkins. Gershkins in a bit of trouble. Gets away from Brentner. Shusha, Ventura feeding Akar again. Akar across, and he's got Iñaki, who just taps it home for his 2nd of the night, his 27th of the year, to give PSG a 4-2 lead. And looking at the health and safety of Christensen, he looks a little knackered, so we're going to get him off of the pitch. We will move Gershkins up into that position. If we can move Gershkins up into that position, Damiano Diana is going to come in the midfield. Actually, you know what we are going to do? No, that is what we are going to do. We really don't have a ton of left wingers. Well, yeah, we're going to get Aimore in on the left wing, and we are going to make those 2 changes here with about 16, 17 minutes remaining. 15 to go on the clock. Sent in and on off of the set piece, but that is going to go over and out. 9-12, your shots on goal. Lazio leading. They've just changed shape. They're now in a 4-2-4, just like we are. And El Amrani taking a corner, looking back post. Laribi clears it away easily. Silva is going to get to the loose ball before he does. We are under 8 minutes remaining in this match. PSG with a 2-goal lead. El Amrani up for Gauthier. Playing it back for his goalkeeper. Umen with it. Back for El Amrani. He did have Akar kind of chasing after him. Arrieta for Brentner. Trying to get Peterson in the box. Settles it down, and Michael Peterson scores his 9th goal of the year. And this one, my friends, well, it ain't over yet. PSG 4, Lazio 3. Kickoff highlight. Brunelli up for Aimore. Aimore up the sideline. Can he push it past his man? He does. Centers it. Akar heads it down. Laribi shoots and scores. 13th of the year for Laharai Laribi to reignite this PSG offense and reinstate the 2-goal lead. It's PSG 5, Lazio 3, both on the night and on aggregate, and that should do it. Gershke Akar, unselfish, not going for goal. Instead, he drops it behind him to the trailer, Laharai Laribi, who had a clear shot to put it past Umen and give PSG the victory. 4 minutes added on have elapsed, and PSG, having just won the Ligue 1 title, now has a chance to win the Coupe de France and the Champions League. We have officially booked ourselves a place and a date against Napoli at the Estadio Metropolitano in Madrid. Monday, we have the final of the Coupe de France. We're taking on Monaco for the domestic double. Then we've got a shot at the treble as the Champions League final. It's going to be a massive episode on Monday. Thank you very much for joining us for this ride. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Like, subscribe, share, do all of the things you need to do, but make sure you are back for the season finale That's on Monday. Until then, Bobar.